All right, today we're going to talk about a concept so powerful, some have called it the eighth wonder of the world. Seriously, it's like a secret weapon for building wealth that's working for you 24/7, even when you're fast asleep. So let's get right into it.
Just let that question sink in for a second. What if your money could actually generate more money all by itself? While you're at work, on vacation, binge watching a show? It's not some fantasy. It's the real promise behind the financial superpower we're breaking down right now. You know, the best way to get your head around this is with that classic snowball analogy. Picture a tiny little snowball at the very top of a long snowy hill. As it starts to roll, it picks up a little more snow, right? It gets a tiny bit bigger. But then, that slightly bigger snowball starts picking up even more snow with every single turn. It starts off slow. You can barely even see it growing. But the longer it rolls, the more momentum it gets, and it just grows exponentially. Well, that snowball, that's your investment.
So how does this financial engine actually work? What makes it go? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the surprisingly simple mechanics behind this incredible force.
Okay, here's the definition, with zero jargon. Compounding is simply when the returns your investment earns start generating their own returns. So it's not just your initial money that's working for you anymore, it's the profits themselves that get up and go to work too. That phrase you see there, growth on top of growth, that is everything. That's the whole game.
Now, you do not need to be a math whiz to get this. Instead of some complicated formula, just think of it like a super simple recipe with three main ingredients. First, you've got your principal. That's just the money you start with. Second is the rate of return. That's the percentage of growth it earns every year. And third, well, this is the most important, most powerful ingredient of all. It's time.
Look, talking about a recipe is one thing, but seeing what it can cook up is what really matters, right? So now, let's look at the proof. Let's see what actually happens when we put that secret ingredient, time, to the test. This is where it gets really fun.
We're going to take a really simple scenario. Let's say you invest just $1,000, and that's it. You don't add another penny to it. You just let it sit and do its thing, earning a hypothetical 10% return each year. So, what happens?
Well, after 1 year, it's pretty simple. Your $1,000 earns $100, bringing you to $1,100. It's nice, but, it's not going to change your life. But look at this. If you leave that same $1,000 untouched for 20 years, it grows to over $6,700. You didn't do anything. You didn't add any more money. That's the snowball really starting to pick up speed down the hill.
And this chart just shows it so perfectly. Just look at the insane difference between these two bars. The growth isn't a straight line. It's a curve that gets steeper and steeper and steeper over time. The money you earn in year 20 is way more than what you earned back in year 2, simply because you're earning returns on a much, much bigger pile of money. That right there is exponential growth in action.
Okay, so that example with a single investment is pretty cool, but the real magic, the part that will absolutely blow you away, is what happens when you simply get started a little bit earlier. So let's compare two different people.
Okay, this is the most important slide. Pay close attention. We have two people. They both invest the exact same amount of money, $200 a month, until they're 65. The only difference between them? One starts at age 25, and the other waits just 10 years and starts at 35. The person who started at 25 ends up with over $700,000. And the one who waited? Less than half that. Think about that. That 10-year delay, even though they invested the same amount each month, literally cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the staggering price of lost time.
All right, I know seeing numbers like that can be a bit intense. But listen, the point isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Because the good news is, anyone can put this superpower to work for them. So let's shift gears from the why it works to the how you can actually do it. Here's your action plan.
It really comes down to 4 simple rules. Rule number 1, as we just saw, start early. I don't care if it's a small amount, just start. 2, stay consistent. Make it a habit. Patience is so much more important than trying to perfectly time the market. 3, reinvest everything. You have to let your earnings go back to work to really get that snowball effect going. And finally, number 4, stay invested. Let your money do its thing without interruptions.
So, after all these charts and examples and numbers, what's the one thing, the ultimate takeaway that you absolutely have to remember from all of this? What is that true secret ingredient?
And here it is. It's not about having a ton of money to invest upfront. It's not about being some genius who can pick the perfect stocks. The single most powerful factor, the thing that makes the biggest difference in the end, is simply time.
Time is the fuel for this entire engine. It is your single greatest asset.
So I'm just going to leave you with this old proverb. You've probably heard it. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time? It's right now. Thanks for tuning in.